Good morning. I'm Lavanya, working as Associate Professor from the Department of ECE, Ramchandra College of Engineering, Eluru. Today we are going to discuss about the AC analysis of differential amplifiers in continuation to the previous topic from linear IC application subject. So in the previous class we have discussed about the differential gain as well as common mode gain. From the two values we have calculated common mode rejection ratio. So which are the important parameters for the differential amplifiers. So in continuation to that, today we are going to discuss about the input resistance as well as output resistance for the same differential amplifier, which is a part of AC analysis. So first we are going to consider input resistance. So input resistance is one of the important parameters in the designing of transistor amplifier, where this input resistance generally we call it as input impedance, which will be in the range of tens of ohms to few thousands of kilo ohms. So this is a input. This should be very high value to work the transistor to be a good amplifier. So we know that differential amplifiers are operated in two different modes, like differential mode as well as common mode. Here the input resistance can be derived separately in these two modes. So first one is differential input resistance, which is calculated in when the differential amplifier is operated in differential mode. Other one is common mode input resistance, which is calculated when the transistor is or differential amplifier is operated in common mode. So first we will see what is meant by differential input resistance. So we know that differential input resistance is the input resistance when the differential amplifier is operated in the differential mode of operation. So first we are going to consider the AC equivalent circuit of differential amplifier, which is half concept model. Here we are going to take any one of the transistor, that is either Q1 or Q2. So from Q1 transistor, if we consider V1 to be voltage source, the other terminal, that is other voltage source V2 will be grounded, and similarly vice versa. So here we are considering only Q1 transistor. As we know that Q1 and Q2 transistors are matched transistors and have identical characteristics, here it is sufficient to take any one of the transistor. So for simplicity, I am considering Q1 transistor for analysis. So first, what is differential input resistance? So it is an equivalent resistance that would be measured at either input terminal with the other terminal is grounded. So here we have taken one input terminal with respect to the ground, and we are going to find out the input resistance. From the Ohm's law, we know that resistance is equal to ratio of voltage to the current, that is R is equal to V by I. So here the input voltage in differential mode, we are considering it as Vs by 2. Therefore, input resistance can be defined as Ri is equal to Vs by 2 Ib. So this is Vs by 2 is a voltage source multiplied by base current Ib. So here we are ignoring this source resistance Rs. Hence, we are getting the input resistance directly Vs divided by 2Ib. So this is the general input resistance that we have when the transistor is operated in the differential mode. So exactly what happens, we have to consider the H parameter model for this analysis. So here we are considering approximate hybrid model for analyzing this differential input resistance. So looking from the input terminals, you will be having input resistance as Rs plus Hi. So these two resistances together will form as an input resistance to this particular circuit. But as per the definition or from the circuit we are considering, IB is equal to Vs by 2 into Rs plus Hi. So from the previous definition we have, the current I can be defined as I is equal to V by 2 into Rs plus Hi, as Rs plus Hi is considered to be input resistance. So from this we can write Vs by IB, which is nothing but the input resistance, is equal to Rs plus HIE. So which is shown in equation number 3. So this is applicable only for single transistor, as we have said. This is taken for one transistor, that is half concepted circuit. So if we want to apply it for dual input, that is for two transistors, the input resistance will be multiplied by 2. As we have Ri is equal to Rs plus HIE for single transistor, that is single input configuration. If we want to get it for dual input configuration, the input resistance will be multiplied by 2. So this is the input resistance for dual input, either balanced or unbalanced circuit. So it depends upon the input terminals here. So next one is common mode input resistance. So to determine this common mode input resistance, we have to consider the differential amplifier to be operated in common mode operation. So here we are defining the same, the input resistance. As we know that in common mode, the signal source can be considered as a Vs. So in differential mode, this is written as Vs by 2, but in common mode, we are considering this to be a Vs. So here the definition input resistance can be written as Ri is equal to Vs by Ib. So from the circuit, we are going to take what is meant by what is input resistance. So for that, first we are considering the input current Ib. So this input current Ib expression is derived by applying KVL to this input loop. So from that we are solving and we are equating the expression directly in terms of Ib, where Ib is equal to Vs by Rs plus HIE plus 2 into 1 plus HFE into Re. So this is a complete resistance. So from this, if we rearrange, you will be getting Rs plus HIE plus 2 into 1 plus HFE into Re is equal to Vs by Ib. So if we compare equation 1 and 2, this is Vs by Ib and this is also Vs by Ib. So we can equate input resistance to this expression. Therefore, input resistance in common mode, that is common mode input resistance of differential amplifier can be given as Ri is equal to Rs plus HIE plus 2 into 1 plus HFE into Re. So this is a common mode input resistance. So this will be common for all the 4 configurations, whether it is dual or single input, balanced or unbalanced outputs. So this expression remains same for all the 4 configurations. This we have to remember. Next, we have output resistance. So here we are defining output resistance as just we are taking the equivalent resistance that would be measured at the output terminal with respect to the ground. So this is also one of the important parameter in design of transistor amplifier, which should be in terms of tens of ohms or to a few hundreds of ohms. Generally, we are considering this input resistance, that is ideally it should be equal to 0, whereas input resistance should be ideally equal to infinite. So from the previous concepts, as we have only RC as output resistance, here we are directly equating this output resistance is equal to collector resistance RC. So we can write R01, which is for Q1 transistor, and R02 for Q2 transistor. This together it can be made equal since both the transistors have identical characteristics and they are matched transistors, directly equal to RC. So here we can write it as R0 is equal to RC. So even this is same for all the 4 configurations, whether it is dual input or single input, balanced output or unbalanced output. So it remains the same for all the 4 configurations. Now we will compare all the 4 configurations with respect to differential gain, input resistance and output resistance. So here we are not discussing about the common mode gain AC, because this common mode gain is the same for all the 4 configurations. So we are not including in this table. So we will be discussing all the 4 configurations, how this differential amplifier input resistance and output resistance will be different. Dual input balanced output DIVO configuration, the differential gain will be equal to HFE into RC by HIE plus RS. Whereas input resistance is, since it is dual input, input resistance will be twice the given resistance. So it is 2 into RS plus HIE. So 2 into RS plus HIE. Whereas R0 is equal to collector resistance RC. Coming to dual input unbalanced output. So here input is dual. So input resistance will be 2 into RS plus HIE. So since this dual input, this is a dual input and this is a dual input, irrespective of the output signal, the input resistance will remain same. So coming to the differential gain. So here we have unbalanced output. So differential gain depends upon the output terminals, that is either balanced or unbalanced. The unbalanced output means we are going to take output only at one transistor, whereas in balanced output we are considering both the transistors. Hence, for this terminal we are going to, this is actually what we are deriving. So for balanced output we are multiplying this expression with 2. So as we have denominator 2, this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Hence you will be getting HFE into RC by HIE plus RS. So dual input unbalanced output differential gain will be equal to HFE into RC by 2 into HIE plus RS. So if you don't remember this expression, then first you just remember only this one. HFE into RC by HIE plus RS. So this is for balanced output. So if you want unbalanced output, we have to just divide this expression by 2. So you will be getting in denominator additional 2. So this will be same for both unbalanced outputs, whether the input is dual input or single input. If the output is unbalanced, then this expression and this expression will remain same. So if you see first and third, that is dual input balanced output, single input balanced output. So irrespective of the inputs, here outputs are balanced outputs. So if the output is balanced output, then differential gain will remain same for this dual input balanced output and single input balanced output. So these both will be same. So coming to input resistance, as we have discussed, if it depends upon the input terminals. So if you have dual input, then it will be multiplied by 2. If it is single input, then the 2 will be removed. That is the actual circuit what we have derived, RS plus HI. So here these two remains same. Whereas output resistance, it is common for all the four configuration irrespective of input as well as output terminals, similar to common mode gain. So here output resistance will be directly equal to the collector resistance. So if you remember this table, it will be easy for solving the problems. So next, we are going to consider one example problem on AC and VC analysis of differential amplifier combinedly. So here we have operating point values. So which is nothing but VCEQ, comma, ICQ. So these two values represents the operating point values, which we are going to find out by using DC analysis. This we have derived by from DC analysis. That is, the derivation of operating point values is called as DC analysis. Whereas from the AC analysis, we are going to find out differential gain, common mode gain, and CMRR. So here we have seen, here we are not going to find out input resistance as well as output resistance. So from differential gain and common mode gain, we are going to find out what is CMRR in this circuit. So this is the question what we have. For a dual input balanced output differential amplifier, the given data is RC, collector resistance is equal to 47 kilo ohms, and here both source voltages, source resistances will be equal, and it is equal to 20 kilo ohms. Emitter resistance will be 43 kilo ohms, HFE equal to 75, HIE equal to 20 kilo ohms, VCC equal to 9 volts, VE equal to minus 9 volts, VBE equal to 0.7 volts. So the values, the parameters that we are going to calculate is operating point values as well as differential voltage gain, common mode gain, and CMRR. So this is the actual differential amplifier circuit. So from this circuit, we are marking all the things, or instead of this circuit, you can take the approximate model also. So you can draw that circuit and you can mark the values. So first, in order to find out operating point values. So here we have ICQ formula. So here first we have to find out ICQ. Later, from this value, by applying, by substituting this ICQ in this VCEQ formula, you will be getting VCEQ. So first ICQ we have is VEE minus VBE by 2 into RE. So we are substitute, we have directly the values VEE, VBE and RE values. So if we substitute all these values in this equation, you will be getting directly ICQ value. So here I have mentioned the marks that has been allotted for this problem. So if you write this expression, you will be getting 1 mark. And if you solve this data, you will be getting 1 mark. So next we have VCEQ, that is VCC plus VBE minus ICQ into RC. So here we are going to find out VCEQ. If you write this formula, you will be getting 1 mark. And if you substitute all the values and if you simplify and if you get the correct answer, then you will be getting 1 mark. So from this part, you will be getting 4 marks out of 14 marks. So finally, you have to represent like this. Operating point values VCEQ, ICQ is equal to 5.164, 0.096 milliamps. So next part is differential voltage gain. So in order to find out this differential voltage gain, just we have to remember the formula what you have. So since it is given dual input balanced output configuration, so we are taking HFE into RC by RS plus HIE. So substitute values directly in this formula so that if we simplify, you will be getting the answer. So in this part, the formula will get 1 mark and answer will get 1 mark. So from this part, you will be getting 2 marks. And common mode gain. So in common mode gain also, you will be having formula. If you write the formula directly, so here you can consider this to be modulus. So if we consider mod of AC, you can neglect this minus sign. So it just represents that it is connected or it is in out of phase. So minus HFE into RC by RS plus HIE plus 2RE into 1 plus HFE. So this is the expression that we have for common mode gain. So for writing this formula, you will be getting 1 mark. And if you substitute all the values and for getting this answer, so for this answer, you will be having 1 mark. So from this concept also, you will be getting 2 marks. So here we have 2 and here also you will be having 2. So till here, if you write, you will be getting 8 marks. And the last part you have is CMRR in dBs. So it is mentioned that CMRR has to be written in dBs. So we have to extend this step also finally. In previous topic, we have seen only till here. That is CMRR is equal to AD by AC. So after this, we have to convert this into decibels. So CMRR in dB can be converted as 20 log of AD by AC. So by writing this and calculating, for this formula you will be getting 1 mark and for this result you will be getting 1 mark. So totally you will be getting 10 marks. So here we have the assignment questions regarding this topic. So derive the expression for voltage gain of single input balanced output differential amplifier. So here you have to note that we have to find out voltage gain. This voltage gain is nothing but differential gain. So you have to consider only differential gain. You need not to calculate common mode gain. unless it is asked. So if it is asked simply voltage gain, then you can directly find out differential gain of a given circuit. So here it is asked for single input balanced output differential amplifier. So the analysis we have performed it for dual input balanced output. We have considered the circuit as dual input balanced output. So for differential gain, whether it is a dual input or single input, it depends upon the output, that is whether it is balanced or unbalanced. So the derivation for all the four configurations will be same, but finally you have to check this, which type of configuration has been asked. So depending upon that, we have to change the final answer. The derivation, everything will be same for all the four configurations. We need not to worry about that, and we need not to confuse regarding that. So for all the four configurations, you need to practice only one part of circuits. Similarly, you have another question. Derive the expression for voltage gain of a dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. So here also it is asked for same differential gain, that is voltage gain, but the configuration is changed. Dual input, unbalanced output. So irrespective of input, we have to take it as unbalanced. So here we have to divide the output that we have taken by the balanced output by 2. Third question is, draw the circuit diagrams of all four differential amplifier configurations and write the expressions for voltage gain, input resistance and output resistance. So as we have seen in the previous, that is properties of differential amplifiers. So in that question you can add another column, that circuit diagrams of all four configurations. So if you write all the expressions, it is sufficient. So you will be getting 14 marks here. Draw the circuit diagram of differential amplifier in common mode configuration and explain it. So here it is asked for common mode configuration. So here it is sufficient if you write it for only common mode configuration circuit, and we have to derive AC, common mode gain, in this concept. And another question from this concept will be, derive the expression for input resistance and output resistance of dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. So this is what we have discussed in this presentation. So here it is directly asked for dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. So we have to find out what is input resistance and what is output resistance. So for this, to easy to remember, we have to take only this table. So if you remember this properties of differential amplifier table along with circuit diagrams, it will be easy for attempting all the 5 questions whatever we have discussed in the assignment questions. So in this unit till here, we have to remember, or we have to derive only this part of circuits. So it will be easy to attempt the questions in exam for this topic. Thank you.